Hello, friends. Welcome to Speed Gaming the Second. And we're running with a theme of twos here because we got Team 2 and 0. It's Bogie and it's Mocco. And it's two people in the booth because I'm Triton joined by Zardia. Hello, Zar.
Hello, Trenton. Good evening, Speed Gaming. We are here with the Zelda 1 randomizer action. This is a hype matchup in a hype tournament. So let's get hyped up and let's do it.
So exciting to see the chaos that we can have in this. I finally saw a bow in 9 seed in the last week, and I just knew that was going to happen eventually. That extra layer when you can put stuff in 9, it's great as a viewer, not necessarily a runner.
Runner's fright and viewer's delight. Looks like we're out the gates here. Bogey is deciding to pick up his wooden sword.
Yeah, starting on that wood scored screen, I love that. I've always been a fan of that. In ye olden days, I used to even set the rando to be on the vanilla start screen just to get myself wood sword.
Nice bomb drop early. Love to see it. Decides to take a shot here, and this mixed orb world is saying no.
I'm not sure what's going on. We got Moko's timer working, but don't have game capture, perhaps.
I'm still seeing a start screen for Mocco here. Looks like Bogey's heading into Death Mountain.
Vamp for me a minute. I'm going to investigate.
Wants to check this Armos item here. And it's a staircase in Death Mountain for the Armos. And this staircase is a arrow shop with a candle there. 54, that's not too bad for a candle. The arrows are a little bit expensive though.
Okay, investigation reveals it's on Moku's side, so I think he has managed to not capture the settings in OBS just right, and this is just something we couldn't catch before the race, unfortunately.
Oh no. Probably not looking at their chat either, as this is a tournament race. Hopefully they're offline recording. We got to take any route under the grave here, and it's going to take us not very far to a blue Rizrobe stream. Yikes.
All right, give me just one more minute. I'm going to see if we can do something to help out here.
Trenton's all over it. We trust in your capabilities. And as we saw from the Take Any roads, they're not really the best selection, mostly in the north. We did get one in the northeast, which is this one. Check our Lost Hills Armos item here.
All right, so this isn't great, but what I've done now is put his tracker on screen, so we'll have some sense of where Moko is in the progress at least. And again, apologies, but that's the best we're going to be able to come up with in the moment.
It's like radio. Thank you, Trenton.
Now, they do start with an item. Have we gotten a hint of what that might be yet, other than maybe not a combat?
I have not seen the inventory screen just yet. I've been looking at other things. Perhaps the chat was able to spy something there.
Hi, chat. Thanks for joining us.
Bogie finds a heart container. That's going to be our Armos item on the overworld.
Power bracelet. Cut it in the flash there. So the power bracelet will still be somewhere in existence, but we have it already in the inventory, so that opens up a few more spots for the runners to check early.
With Mixed Overworld, that chance is increased as there are a few additional power bracelet spots available in the second quest for Overworld. Bogie gets clipped by those whiz robes there. There we go. We've got intense Mocco face for you, chat.
Sometimes we gotta do what we can do.
Mocco coming off a big win against Cantaloupe last week. So many sharks in this tournament. So many good, experienced, practiced players.
Yeah, and excited to see what these runners could do, and I hopefully Moku's going to be able to catch this and maybe do something, but no levels yet. It is very early, so that's not a strange idea that we would be lacking a lot of levels, but it kind of feels like these flags have been favoring some overworld exploration and maybe find more levels.
From what I have seen, yes, that seems to be true. Bogie returns to pick up that blue candle. That's going to open some more overworld spots for them.
Yeah, not too many in Death Mountain, but you're not going to be upset for having more exploration. Hooray! We got Moku!
The day is saved.
Thank you, Joe, for some help. We appreciate it. Got a message relayed. Apparently a quick fix, so we like quick fixes. We didn't want that to be a distraction for the runners either. Recorder will be our ladder item on the coast.
We got a hard-working crew here and a hard-working chat. Thank you so much.
So the other thing I like to see is when runners take advantage of whatever they have. So I wouldn't hate if you kind of blew off standard routing and just went to the power bracelet spots as fast as you could get to them and see what that turns up for you, if anything.
It is an open spot. Your opponent might put them off. Looks like that's exactly what Bogie's doing and discovers level 9 at the power
Well, you're
bracelet
going to
spot.
need it eventually, so it doesn't hurt to find it.
Power bracelet 100% required this seed.
Indeed. Now, of course, we can't understand any of the old men unless you pick up the book. I am not a fan of doing that in these flags. I don't think the hints add enough. But others disagree. They want hints anytime that they can get hints.
With flags like this, the hints may actually be quite beneficial in some cases because it might allude to a floor item.
Checking for the second quest walls, I admire that. Even when you're not sure, it's a good thing to do. Hey, that's an easy to get to bomb upgrade, by the way.
This is looking like a vanilla second quest level 4.
Yeah, it has to be second quest to have walk through walls. Hi, Patra. It's looking like a ladder blocked second 4. Still some rooms to check.
Lots of rooms in Second Quest 4.
Second quest enemies too, of course, the red bubbles. I wondered if that manhandle was stuck.
It was making a move there in the corner, wasn't it?
So it was a little chaotic as we were starting this, but again, this is a 2-0 bracket, so pretty good position to put yourself in if you're 3-0 in the tournament. I mean, 2 wins already. You're obviously still thinking good thoughts regardless, but putting the 3 up on the board is a nice feeling. I'm told as someone who's never done it.
Nice bomb there by Bogie to get the bomb drop and take out those dark nuts.
Hi, Petra.
The Patra count for this
I
version
roll
is
in Patra. So now Bogie exploring that same 4 that Mocco was in, but no ladder, so don't expect much different here.
Another bomb drop for Bogie there. They're getting pretty generous with the bomb drops.
Room like this, it's usually a good idea to dip out and see who the primary spawner is, and sometimes you give yourself an easier fight that way, like turning a blue dark nut orange. How about that early any key?
That's a big find. That can save you a lot of time, a lot of worry and effort, a lot of extra exploration.
I mean, I've always felt like the best. You're never mad to get it, but the best time to get it is like your first or second major item. And there's that Triforce out of level 5.
Will Mocco decide to dip out here, or will they continue to dig this 5?
I wouldn't hate it either way. This is reasonably close to start. It's not like that's a hard one to get back to. Maybe go ladder hunting somewhere else.
Screen scrolls to Vanilla 5 location, and it is the magical sword.
Again, that's not too far from start, so if we can get the hearts, there's some chance. Hints at the waterfall again. Cannot understand them without the book, but they are useful hints, which just means truthful. I should petition to rename them to truthful hints, actually. I think that would be more accurate.
I know Fred is always open to suggestions, so. There continues to be updates to the Zelda Randomizer. There was another update recently. So it's always being refined and cleaned up. It's really a lot of fun to play. And for several years now, we've been having these Zelda 1 Randomizer tournaments, and it's just a joy to enjoy. It's a joy to watch. And yes, it is a joy to enjoy.
And of course, to win the game, you must rescue Princess Zelda. Hello, Will Cleos is hanging out in chat.
Cue fanfare.
Alright, Bogie doing more exploration of 4. Mocco didn't pull anything out of here. So, chance for diversions. Okay, now Mugger Room, Mocco up 8 out of it. This is new territory for Bogie.
Had just enough rupees to get through.
And that transport was not a real ladder block because you could go through the Mugger. So wow, where Mocco thought He was totally blocked out of this dungeon. He was not. If this is a big find, well, then it could be a big find for Bogie.
There's several items in 4. Does the clip into the ladder blocked area there, trying to slash at this Dark Nut?
Yeah, I'd just go up the room and try to get him on your side. Sometimes you're just in the moment, you don't think of these things.
I like the move. That's a veteran move, clipping in to be able to reach him.
Also, Sensi, sensible streamer, hanging out with us in chat. We appreciate all of you, folks. That would be a hint room that we're going past for Bogie.
It's all reading Rainbow until we find the book.
Very appropriate book hint. Alright, Moku's back, so he should be beelining for the mugger. But so far, Bogie has not managed to make anything out of this dive.
Electing to up an A out of the mugger room. Had the rupees to get through.
There's a bomb wall. Are we really ladder blocked after all?
We've seen several rooms in this 4, but no items as of yet.
Well, he's gonna burn a key, and again, that should be no question for Mogu with the magic key. Of course you'll check through here.
It's a winding path through this level 4.
Ooh, ugly blue lagoon room. Especially with no sword. Oh boy, you know that's the item drop room, right? Like, is there even a question?
It has to be, right? It has to be the high combat room.
Alright, some second quest style posts here. This is looking likely.
Promising. There is one transport staircase in 4.
We already saw it because it comes out at the Patra room.
Ah, yes, that is correct. So this, in all likelihood, should be the item.
Survey says... Gotta have heart.
Another heart container.
So later on, that would feel terrible, but before you find the white sword item, I don't think that feels too awful. And survey says red ring!
Very defensive finds for Bogie. Combat should be much more straightforward now for the future of this seed.
I'm being told it's Mocco. I will adapt as best I can. So that red ring is huge. Obviously not required, but the amount of effort that Bogie went through to find it, I would say has paid off.
Yeah, I would consider that a win. It's been kind of a dig in this 4, but it just paid off dividends.
And he invested 2 net keys, because he got one back.
Falco's been able to check quite a bit of this overworld during this dig.
And the raft! 3 items for Bogie. Oh, if he turns up something at a raft spot.
That could sway the race for sure if raft end up being required.
I mean, that red ring is probably not going to give you a super obvious, here you get something that the other guy didn't, but it's probably just going to save you minutes over the course of a run. I mean, every time you pick up a Triforce, get a health refill, and it doesn't take as long as you didn't take as much damage. There's seconds added up.
There really is. It's a lot more than just not taking so much damage that can add up to time saves.
And got this raft spot right here. Perfect time to check it. I love this play by Bogie. He gets another heart container. Now again, that's now guaranteed white sword item.
It's also a big jump to survivability.
Yeah, so even if there's not an immediate dividend, there is a good reward for that. And big question will be what's at the other raft spot? Level
Takes it in.
1, it's one you definitely want to see when you can.
Pirouettes to the bomb hole. And we have a dark room.
Early Triforce for Mocco, so. Would assume he's going right back in because it's level 1.
Yeah, level 1. No ladder yet. Gotta dig. We know
So
that
far,
ladder.
Bogie has been getting the keys he needs to continue. There's the power bracelet on the floor, so the item we already have was in 1.
Double croissants for everyone.
Bogey's gonna grab the Triforce. One can eat up some keys, but Bogey's got the candle. He's got the woods over here to explore.
Hello, Wizrobes.
Well, it's nasty sometimes to have them on the overworld, but when they're on the overworld, they're not in the dungeons. Good money. We run across that other bomb upgrade. Also, knowing we have second quest dungeons, you probably do want to pick up the bait at some point. I believe Mocco already did that.
Yes, Mocco did get the bait, and both runners electing to take the potion at this point over the other heart container.
Yeah, I don't think most runners are thinking mags in these flags. Bogey's going to have a little better chance at it because he did find the extra take any, and until Mocco has the raft, that's not an option. And there's the first difference of the red ring. So Mocco's going to have to start back from the start.
Could be a pivotal moment in the race there. Mocco taking that death on the overworld as Bogie discovered the letter and will now have information.
Yeah, now it's not terribly far off. So it's not a lot of walking ground that is lost. Now here's the thing, any advantage or disadvantage is only as much as you make of it. So if Mocco makes something of the time not spent in 4, it can still pay off for him. Right now, the only real difference from Bogey is that red ring, which is probably about 1 death, and also the raft giving him 1 extra heart.
Very true, and we have seen what level 9 is capable of. We know what can happen in there.
And again, we see ladder blocks in dungeons. This is screaming an early ladder somewhere, but where is somewhere? And when you have trouble finding where somewhere is, it's probably Death Mountain.
That's a really good screen for the orange gorillas there. And we have the white sword item as the white sword. Fred.
Not something you're going to be disappointed in right now. This has been a nasty combat seed, and that was a nasty Wizro beam to the face. I mean, sometimes there's just only so much you can do. The game is just going to throw a Wizro in your face. Good screen scrolls. This was not that big of a loss, but now you gotta find something.
Veteran moves. Screen scrolling in certain locations can get you across wide swaths of the map.
There's our first look at the Any Roads, one in the grave, one at Vanilla Power Bracelet spot. Now that was a well-used bomb. Getting both the bomb wall and the bomb drop. So Bogie will purchase the wood arrows.
Also taking the key. I like this play. I like how Bogie's played so far.
Yeah, a lot of smart plays now. Conversely, you can spend all that time in 4 and have it not pay off, but everything that Bogie has done has been a solid play thus far. And really, that magic key, which for Mocco should be a big advantage, it's really not had the opportunity to pay off in any of these dungeons yet.
Another veteran move displayed there by Bogie, doing the vertical clip up into your menu and taking a shorter route to that vanilla letter cave.
Level 3. Alright, this looks like a good place for Mocco to be right now. Gotta have heart.
Dodges the red bubbles, very nice. Another aspect is the combat margin is not as wide now, with Mocco having that white sword, and Bogie is discovering the Any key.
Always something you're going to be happy to find, other than maybe when you're in 9 with 15 keys. That's about the only scenario you won't be happy.
Bogie did just buy a key, so kind of meh, but is already back up to 82 rupees, so.
I mean, you pay 100 rupees to get the magic key. It's like buying wood arrows and getting silvers. You're not mad. Another play there I love from Mocco is that he left the Triforce behind. As long as he doesn't leave the dungeon, the enemies are not respawning there.
Will there be a bait block?
The bow! In 3, we got a bow!
That's a huge find for Mocco. It's exactly what he needed right now.
Well, we've seen a couple of Gomas, but I don't think they blocked anything, because they didn't block anything in 4. What I'm seeing in this seed, you know me, Zara, I try to read the seed. The seed is telling me the ladder is available to us. We just have to find it.
Where could it be? Still a chance it could be in level 9.
You know, if I were Bogie, I'd sure love to see that other raft spot right about now.
That's true. And we also know that the recorder is ladder blocked, so is there a recorder block dungeon on the other world, possibly? Is that recorder going to be required?
Cheap bait here. That's definitely something you want to keep track of on your tracker. Bogie did. Up A's back to start.
Mocco getting the letter has nearly a full count of rupees. Hints might be on the table here.
No book? Gotta have book to understand the hints.
Oh, that's correct. We do need the book.
There was a bomb upgrade in like 1 room into 4, I think.
There was, very early in 4. Wouldn't hate a bomb upgrade right now.
See, and right there in 8, that's just what's telling me. Ladder block. Ladder's gotta be somewhere. We know it's somewhere.
Yeah, judging from that 8, most likely not in 9.
Yeah, and also what you point out that the recorder is ladder blocked. That's a strong suggestion that you're going to need ladder for the recorder.
So
that's
with
not
most
just the
speeds,
possibility of hidden levels. That's also the possibility of Dig Dagger.
the ladder seems to be becoming the story of the seed.
Yeah, other than that red ring, we're largely balanced. Bogie only has access to one more place on the map than Mocco does right now. So who finds that ladder first could be the biggest tipping point of this race.
Seen quite a bit of overworld at this point. I'm starting to feel that that recorder might be blocking something.
Yeah, we did get our Death Mountain exploration, so really, there's these coast spots, and there's I think there's the possibility of the ladder spots on the way to the waterfall. Here's level 7, though. This is a potentially big find. Nothing from that extra power bracelet spot check. Alright, Buggy's got to be going to the raft spot now. Don't make a liar out of me, Bogey.
Looked like they were going that way.
Come on, Bogey, you're 2 screens away. Cause don't do this to me.
And those are some clean screen scrolls there, saving a lot of time here at Death Mountain.
Yeah, Mocco's screen scrolling has really minimized the 2 deaths he took on the overworld. He got back to where he was very, very quickly.
Speedrunning tech. It carries competitive runs, competitive times.
Again with the Patra. Why are there so many Patras when I roll a seed?
It's a Trenton production.
Hey, this is a good time to say thank you to Furion for doing the tracking for us. It's appreciated.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this race. Thank you so much for the tracking. Another Patra.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is it. Survey says, what's the raft? It's nothing. with that, I'm feeling like 7 is the place to be. So let's see what Mako comes up with.
That's good news for Mocco there, that the raft was not required.
Chat noting the cheap bait. It was indeed, but we already have one of those shops, and it's pretty close to start. So that one didn't really give us anything. So right now, biggest advantage for Bogie is that he got that red ring at a level 4. Mako's been there, Mako left, Mako's probably not going back until he has the ladder. For Mako, I think the biggest advantage right now is being in level 7. We, something else is available to us that opens things up. I think it's the ladder. It's got to be somewhere where we can get it, and this is a place where we can get to.
Bogie picking up the white sword, going to be very well suited for combat now.
There you go.
Big find.
That opens up a dramatic amount. That's a bait block. Mako's going to pay it off. I'm a little surprised he paid it off, actually. Because there is the chance of one more.
That's true. We did not see if there was a bait block in 3 or...
So this opens up Recorder for Mako. I don't recall specifically if he viewed the coast yet. Probably did. And I would think you would want to go back for that Recorder pretty soon, but not so important that you would blow off Death Mountain this dive. You would want to finish that up before going for Recorder.
Question in the chat from Bifu Curry. Yes, there can be 2 bait blocks if it ends up rolling to the second quest, as there are 2 bait blocks in second quest, vanilla.
Right, and when we're seeing a bunch of second quest, it strongly suggests there's at least the possibility. Now again, it is cheap, but you hate to leave a dungeon because you didn't have the bait.
I have seen a bait block in 9 before. It was not required, but it could have been.
This is an ugly room to do some combating. But Mako's making it work. Just gotta get this last one. There's a Goma. Now, Mako picked up that bow, but did not purchase arrows at any point. Bogie, the complete opposite. Hasn't found the bow yet. Purchased the arrows. There was so much money available. Oh, fighting Patra without wand, without red ring. That just does not feel good, especially in a turret room.
You do have the white sword, and Mako is playing it correctly.
May have gotten
Skilled
the
in combat.
master. Patra stopped expanding. He got the master of the small ones, so that keeps Patra from attacking anymore.
Nicely done there.
It's the Triforce. Okay, Patra won't respawn. Patra's a boss. Patra won't respawn.
Grabbing the Triforce and taking a save. Looks like Mako might be done with that 7.
Yeah, the idea that he took it without going into the next rooms just feels like he's not going to go back. Alright, so I was thinking Death Mountain. He's closer to the coast, so this has to be a move straight to the Recorder then. And there's a chance that opens up and we still missing level 6?
I believe so.
Well, we've definitely seen everything else, including 9. 9 was power bracelet blocked. We started with it and found it early. Power bracelet spot by vanilla start.
Coming up on the 40-minute mark, both runners have 4 Triforces.
Chat saying 2. Okay. 2 and 6.
Bogie's heading back into 7.
Well, it is exactly where Bogie needs to be. And there's level 2. It is recorder blocked. But Mocco got here first, so now what can you make of it?
If the silvers are in here, that's a huge find.
That would be monumental for Mocco. That might be the best possibility on the board. I think it would have... Silvers and Wand are probably the only 2 things left we care about in terms of our total package of knowledge as we're watching this. And there's Wand!
Wand will definitely take it. That's another combat buff and advantage. The hitbox for the Wand is actually quite wide and can hit enemies above you.
Chat pointing out indeed that Bogie did pay off the bait block in 7. Quickly snatching that bomb on the floor from underneath Patra. Ooh, Vire's low HP. That's always nice.
Mocco bombing both walls before picking up that bomb. Nice move.
Staircase in 2. That's the transport.
Really clean, really crisp gameplay from both runners so far. The level of competition just so high in this tournament.
Both runners with some range weapons now. Don't always think of the bow as being a strong range weapon, but it is that white sword damage. There's the Triforce in 2.
Mocco going to use the potion here. I like this play. Wants to avoid the death.
Yeah, especially where he is. This is an item hunt. He's right next to the Triforce. Just needs Troll Handle to a little bit.
Not cooperating at all. This is a battle.
And I guess that one's another small advantage to that red ring. It's the other side of the transport. That's a potion now advantage for Bogie because he got that red ring. So Wand in 2, but there should be another item, and I think you got to go back in and look for it when we're missing silvers.
Triforce for Mocco, and they now have a Triforce advantage.
Okay, Bogie's in ground that Mocco noped out of. Mocco took the Triforce and left here. Bogie? Boy, if this were silvers, that'd be big.
Nice series of clips there to minimize the amount of walking in that room. Veteran move.
Really high level play out of both of these runners. We can't overstate that.
It's so smooth, almost like watching a task.
Forcing those bomb drops and taking advantage of that extra bomb capacity from the upgrade. Silvers are in 7! Oh my! What a moment!
Wow, that's a huge find for Bogie.
So this was behind that Triforce when Moku noped out. That is a worst case scenario as a runner.
This has been back and forth, and it just went fourth again, I think.
I mean, right now, the biggest thing for Mako is he does still have the. Well, no, he doesn't have the bow advantage anymore. Bogie did pick it up.
That's true. It's really tightening up now. Bogie with their 5th Triforce. I'm getting on the edge of my seat here.
I didn't see it, but did Bogie get the ladder?
I did not see it either. He did.
Chat's saying that he did. Okay, because that's a big deal.
I wouldn't count out Mocco for sure. I've seen Mocco make some moves and come back very quickly, so still in this race, but definitely a bit behind at this point.
It was the floor item, yeah, that makes it easier to miss. Mako grabbing the wood arrows to help supplement the arsenal and maybe get past a Goma or two.
Question chat about the runners not going into 8. The runners have knowledge of most or some of the required items at this point. Also, 8 was ladder blocked, and the ladder was acquired not too long ago by both of them.
Yeah, literally just picked up for Bogie, so hasn't had a chance to go back there yet.
There is a chance that Mako digs 9, looking for those silvers.
I mean, even with important items in 9, that's still, when you think about it, the easiest way for a seed to pass the sanity checker is if the silvers are in 9.
Bogie picking up the wand now. Just got clipped by a red bubble. Nice place to find a wand.
Level 4, so gotta assume Mako is gonna dig the raft out of here. I can't imagine leaving items behind right now.
Seems committed to this 4. Could dig out the Red Wing also.
And that would be a very welcome find. So the thing about gambling is you don't want to over gamble and just risk too many things going wrong. It's like if you're going to have to nope out of 9, you really only want to have one place to go back to, maybe 2. You don't want to have 4 things you got to pick from of where you're going back. Chat coming to some similar conclusions, talking about all of the potential exploration for Mako.
It's like Mako is out of that 4. Got the Triforce and is on the way.
Well, making a liar out of me.
We know that's the right play.
Yeah, you got to full clear 1, though. 1 is a short dungeon. You got to full clear 1, get everything.
Again, very nice block clips there from Bogie to access that staircase item.
Giving up on the chance of mags, that would have been the minimum chance. Wood Boomerang, Vanilla 1.
All hail, Lord Banana.
We have really felt some drama here tonight, Czar. I mean, we saw what looked like big moments for both runners. Finding the red ring, finding the bow, finding the ladder first in 7. But then Bogie found his way to that ladder pretty quickly thereafter. And since then, that 7 was everything. It was the ladder and it was the silvers.
It was. There have been some big moments in this race. Still anyone's race at this point, but the margin is narrowing.
We got more tournament fans joining us from Z1R Randomizer. Hello, folks. You are here watching Bogie versus Mocco. We have Bogie in go mode. We have Mocco still needing the silvers. Unfortunately, left him behind in level 7. So needs to find the way back to 7 sooner rather than later.
Welcome,
The
Raiders.
good news about it, though, is you only need the silvers once.
It's been a very entertaining race to watch so far. Some high-level play from both runners. Really good combat, really good speedrunning tech. Can definitely see why these runners are 2-0.
So Bogie doing some overworld exploration, trying to find where is level 6. Which is a very good question. Where is level 6?
It's deep somewhere. We still have not seen it. Mocco picking up hearts. Has a chance at the magical sword now.
Yeah, no red ring there, so I mean it's your survivability. There's the last of our take-innies.
No bombing through this 8 at that junction for Mocco.
Alright, where is level 6 hiding for Bogie? Now, he does know where level 8 is. He found it early, just not in a hurry to go back there, it seems. And I don't hate it. I kind of really do want to know where that 6 is.
I'm going to go max troll, and I'm going to say 6 is at the recorder spot in the Lost Woods.
Well, this is another pretty good troll spot up here on Death Mountain. But no, that's hints.
Appreciate the shout, Fury. Thank you for everything you've been doing for the tournament. And yes, this has been a very good race.
Here's Bogie into 8, so I don't think
We're
we'll
gonna get a high five.
Force yet. But Bogie not looking for an item here is a big difference.
Mocco using the white sword and the wand at the same time. You can use them simultaneously and do extra damage. Veteran move.
Best way to fight Patra. The only way it gets better is when you have Red Ring too. And there's the Triforce for Bogie. That was a quick 8 for Bogie. There's no way he's going back in here.
Advancing his lead with this move.
And you called this recorder spot, so let's see what Bogie finds.
Am I a psychic or am I a scammer? Scammer!
It's still got Vanilla 7. Magic Boomerang in 8 was 4-drop.
Just mocking Mocco at that point. Pun intended.
Not Under Lake either.
Is it going to be in the corner here?
There are just not many spots left it could be. Mocco taking a bunch of damage again. This is the second potion he's had to use.
Yeah, that red ring has really saved Bogie a lot of time, like we were talking about earlier, just in combat and in refills at Triforces.
What is this? First room compass? Are you kidding me? Like the best thing Bogie could run into other than a Triforce right away. Okay, I don't hate this. I don't hate this. I said earlier, I don't think the book had a lot of value. There is one value it can do for you, and it's if it gives you hints about where Zelda is. So, still the chance that that pays off a little bit in 9.
Exactly. I would definitely take that book at this point.
Now, there is also the possibility of a Ganon's hint and a Silver's hint. The Ganon hint, I don't really consider that valuable just because the roar has the range that it does. So that's why I don't particularly personally think of it as that valuable. And the Silvers, we already know where that is. Hi, Patra. Sorry, did I mention when I roll seeds, there's more Patra?
Every Trenton seed, there's got to be at least 2-3 Patras.
Bogie getting paid from the Bad Bunnies. What is this room?
Good old second quest.
Okay, so I'm laughing at the logic. Obviously, Bogie makes that look easy with the recorder clipping, as he is now officially in go mode, going to level 9. He could be there in under an hour. But that room, logically, that was not the correct way to do it. So there was some convoluted path where you had to walk past the Triforce to come back to that room to get it through a bomb wall.
Love to see it.
Mocco is about to find level 6, get the full Triforce, and possibly not even that far. He's got to dig 6, though, doesn't he?
Most likely.
Too much to leave behind not having the Silvers.
Unless he's committing to 9. And Bogie into 9 at the 58-minute mark. Really clean run for Bogie so far. Gets the Silver's hint going straight up in 9. Now if Mocco takes that same path, that could actually be beneficial, finding that hint early in 9.
I hope that's not too loud with Bogie, but done some adjustments to hopefully make that work better.
May not matter at this point as we hear a roar already.
Mocco gets the book, which is probably not bad. Oh my, that would have been... I don't even think he could fight Ganon in that room. I don't think that'd be eligible.
Bogie looking for a path up to that roar room. Finds a bomb hole here.
And another compass! Just everything coming up Bogie at this point. Even the bubbles being first quest bubbles instead of second quest.
Looks like not going to get an easy path to Ganon. Might have to take a staircase here.
Little trouble with these dark nuts. I always said that's actually the best room to fight dark nuts in, the 2-block room.
You can do a box
The
flip.
2-block room will force them to turn more often, and it exposes them, is why I say that. And it's only 2, so it doesn't really obstruct your movement. Here's Triforce for Mocco.
And
I know what I just said, but I gotta think he's going 9 now. Also, at 1 hour, here's Ganon. Getting the stun lock right away. Good job, Bogie. Just gotta get enough hits in, make it happen, getting it all done. Down goes Ganon.
Really good Ganon fight.
And with the compass, Bogie knows where the destination is to get to Zelda, but what's the path? Is this a troll staircase situation to get there? Old news, old man. Is there a door? There's not yet. There's Zelda. And that's it. What a run for Bogie. A near sub 1 hour run in these flags is tremendous.
GG's. Quite a display. Very clean run. Moving to 3-0, Bogie.
And make no mistake, for the times we have seen in this tournament, this is a phenomenal pace for Mocco. I don't want that to get lost with how well things went for Bogie, but even full clearing this 9, going back and finding that those silvers in 7, this is a good run for Mocco.
It is. I think Mocco was played very strong. Really just came down to that move in 7. And that's what can happen in these flag sets.
And it was the Triforce room. Mocco had just fought that Patra for the Triforce in 7. All you had to do, well, it wasn't right in the next room. In the next room was a transport, but that transport ended up bringing you to the Silver's room. It was that close.
Mocco block clipping there to clear out these blue dark nuts.
And when we say this, the other important note of the story is that Mocco was there first. Mocco had that first opportunity to find the silvers.
He did. It's just one of those races where you can really feel for both runners, and both played really strong. Could have been anyone's race. I would not want to face off against either one of these runners. They both look very strong after tonight's showing.
Alright, so Mocco continues to explore 9.
Are we going to get Bogie in
looks
here
like a
for
red candle is probably hanging out here just based on what we've not seen.
Is Bogie available for a post-race interview? Do we know?
Should have the invite now. I don't know particularly. Your heart might be pounding on that one, because when you find everything that fast, you're always worried that your opponent could find it faster, because there was a lot of exploration to find those dungeons and to find that ladder in blocked 7 with the ladder that blocked so much and everything went so fast after that point. Right up until Ganon, Bogie had to be wondering, what if Mocco got that ladder first?
You're always thinking that as a runner. You're always thinking, am I behind? Did they make this move? Did they make that move? Maybe Mako will find that hint about the silvers not being a 9.
Now that will just tell you that the silvers lie elsewhere. I commented earlier about maybe having too many places to check if you get that hint. It can speed up your 9, but there's so many places to go back to right now. Does find where Zelda is, though. There's a path there.
Also, we see that Bogie had no deaths in that run. Just another testament to their skill and level of gameplay at this point in the tournament.
Alright, now we see Mako on some territory where Bogie was before.
And it looks like Bogie will be joining us for a post-race interview.
Yeah, just looking to see when Bogie might be ready. We got you, Bogie?
Hey, thank you. Sorry. One day I'll learn how to join Discord from my phone.
It's TAS only. Alright. When it's that long for everything to start going that fast, how was the roller coaster for you?
Oh, it's good. You know, I knew I did all my overworld checks. So the last, once I knew that level 7 was the only dungeon that I could proceed in, I knew something had to be there. Probably ladder had to be there because I couldn't get the power bracelet logically, even though I had it. And I did have raft, and that didn't pan out. So I knew that and recorder was on the coast, so I knew ladder had to be in 7. So I wasn't leaving without that. And luckily, I also found silvers in the process. So once I got those two things, I was like, all right, we're basically in go mode. I had to go get my recorder off the coast, but and then find levels 2 and 6. But beyond that, it felt good to finally get over, through that. Level 4 was a little bit of a slog at the start, but finding red ring in there definitely helped in the end. And not too much to complain about in that one.
That was a big moment with the red ring, and the other big moment when you go back and watch this was the decision to keep going in 7 that turned up the silvers.
Yeah, I figured I had seen pretty much everything up until that point, so I'd just keep hacking away at the seed. GG's Mako.
GG's Bogie.
Mako, we saw you put on a great fight here. If there's one moment you're going to kick yourself over, it's that 7. 7's where the silvers were.
Oh. So, yeah, staircase item. I had 6 rooms up top and 7 rooms down below. Was it top section or bottom section?
The next room over was a transport staircase, and the transport staircase brought you to the silvers area.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was up top. You could have, I think, if you went, when you went straight up, there was a Patra there. If you went through the shutter on the other side of that, they would have been 2 rooms away. But obviously, you don't want to clear that shutter or that Patra.
Yeah, that was still. It was mid game. I guess I got the wand after that because I got the ladder. Then as soon as I got the ladder, I'm like, there's a lot of dungeons I can't find. I bet I need that damn recorder. And so ladder, Triforce, and I'm like, you know what? If I need to come back, I could whistle back. But I just kept finding Triforces there at the end, and okay, I'm just going to keep going, But knowing I was racing against an exceptionally good opponent, I had to risk at that point. Silvers were at 9. it was just the only play that I had. And then, sure enough, as soon as I'm going in 9, you got done. So, GG's.
GG's to you both. It was a very entertaining race. It was back and forth. Talk to me about the digging in this seed. I'll start with you, Bogie. Were you committed once you found the red ring to foregoing any concerns about your combat? And looks like Bogie is now muted, so I'll pass that.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry, my headset cut out. Sorry.
Don't think you heard your question, Sar, because of that cutout.
I was just asking, once you found the red ring, were you kind of committed to foregoing any extra digging for combat, things like extra hearts or maybe possibly a wand?
No. I think I turned my back on at least one heart, staircase heart. And I think I had white sword at that time, so red ring, white sword. I'm pretty content. I happen to, if I come across a take any cave, I'll dive into that. But happy to find the wand, obviously in level 2, especially I got bubbled like a room prior, and got that, so that got me through the level 2. And I don't think I was gonna go check mags at any point.
Some really clean tech from both runners in regards to block clipping, screen scrolling, combat. Moving to 3-0 now, how are you feeling about week 4 of the Swiss round?
Pretty good. I felt like, the red ring tonight helped a lot, just to kind of ease my nerves. The overworld would have been really messy, I think, without it. Later on, those whiz robes were everywhere. So, that kind of allowed me to catch my breath a little bit, and just kind of tank my way through things. Swiss has been a challenge each week, and I expect even more so of a challenge. The last 2 weeks. I'm glad to get to 3-0 because I think I'll at least make the top bracket. But I'd hate to be 2-2 and duking it out in that 5th week trying to make the bracket, because this field, if anything, this might be the deepest field there's been in the Z1R tournament, which is really exciting, for the viewers. Certainly nerve-wracking from a playing perspective, but no, I mean, it's great stuff. I mean, Mocco's definitely put up, as you mentioned in the chat, 21 and 12. I guess have been over the last 6 months, so very rush appropriate. And anyone can put up a win over anybody any night, and that's the fun of Rando.
That's true. I can't agree more. There's so much depth in this field. There's so many good runners. Mocco, you're moving to 2-1. How are you feeling about Swiss Week 4?
Well, there's a lot of quality players, I'd say, and even in the 0-2s at this point. Look, the wheel does the wheel, right? And you can't control it. You just have to play your race. And, this is about the best I've felt after a loss in quite some time, because I really don't think I played poorly. I am curious, though. I heard something about a red ring. I'm guessing level 4.
Yes.
Okay. I don't like level 4. Second quest level 4. But that certainly would have helped. But otherwise, and apologize for the tech glitch early, my OBS was a bit, I think there was a loose wire, because it was good that it was bad that it froze. So I apologize. But I could tell you before it probably lit up, I died to the whiz robes. I think it was the transport up in Death Mountain. I think I took 2 whiz robe deaths on the overworld. So,
Chat MVP to relay the message to you, and fortunately we were able to get that resolved, because that would have been a shame to miss out on this.
It was a comedy of errors coming down, and my console wasn't working. We must have had a power outage because my console wasn't working. My computer had shut off. And I'm getting everything ready to go, and I look up and I didn't have my feed wasn't coming through. And It was just frozen there. And so, yeah, I felt badly about that. But yeah, good thing it was early on. So I did record it, but I think because it was frozen to my OBS for my console, it wouldn't have even shown, what happened. It would have just been the start screen. So no worries. We don't have to go back and rehash that.
All right, so my
Since
last
I
question
lost.
of the night, Mocco, if there's one thing you could root for in your next race, what would you want to see? Like early Red Ring, early Wand, or maybe late Silvers and 9, anything like that. What's one thing you'd like to see?
I'd say Shape's front half. You know what? I don't think that way because here's why. If I put something in my mind that I want, like who I want on the wheel or what I want to see in a seed, and it starts being the exact opposite, then, there's a chance for some anxiety to set in. I'm open to whatever the game throws at me. I mean, I thought that was a very fair seed. The overworld was a bit trolly on maybe 4 or 5 screens, but it was able to screen scroll around them. So, no, I thought I just look for a fair seed. How's that? And I think that's better for the viewers too, because if it's a trolly one, I could be at it for a while.
Well, Bogie, final thought from you. Anything you'd like to see in the next run for you?
No, similar to Mocco, just seed will throw what it throws at you, and just want to play well. Similar to Go, I think as long as you feel like you played your best, those are matches you can kind of put behind you and look forward to the next one. And thank you guys again for doing comms and tracking and SpeedGaming for hosting this. It's always a pleasure and so much content out there. I can't wait to watch more races tonight after we get off here.
And a shout out to Furion for doing that tracking for us. Greatly appreciated. Always support the trackers. And I think there's 3 races going right now, Czar. So our viewers have a lot to choose from to enjoy tonight. Take us home, Czar. Good night, everybody.
I'll just to echo the sentiments of our runners and our tracking and restream. Thank you so much, SpeedGaming. Thank you, Triton, for coming into the booth. Thank you, Zelda 1 tournament staff, for organizing the events for us. We've got a lot of more exciting action coming up, including races tonight, so be sure to check those out. GG's to you, Mocco. GG's to you, Bogie. Looking forward to seeing what you have in store for us next week and what the wheel turns out. Also, very well played. Really high skill displayed in this. I definitely wouldn't want to be going against any of these runners. It's a great tournament. Check it out, everybody. Thank you, chat, for interacting tonight, and I wish you all a great evening. Until next time, save the princess.